That's even worse.
Grab like, my shit, put it back over me, and tucked into it like a burrito roll myself.
Yeah, that's me for sure. Like you can't go get it this
bitch, you want to take it this time, right?
You got to pull hard. Yeah.
Doing our shit. You know what I'm saying? One time.
Woo!
You know? What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of More to Discuss. I am your NunFlyyer host, NunFlyyer. With my beautiful and talented daughter, the Toes.
Yeah, girls in the building.
I almost fumbled my intro. That would have been hella whack.
Oh, you already know when you fumble, I'm gonna roll it back up and catch it for you. And
oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Almost did it though. How you been, man? How are you? How are things?
I'm good. You know,
I heard y'all had big storms cracking over there.
Oh, it's always raining over here. That's nothing new. Look, it's always raining. Like a few weeks ago, it was raining and it was the broad sun was out, and I'm standing in it like, nigga.
Hey, sun showers. I've seen that before. I've been involved in one of those a couple times.
It's this weather machine, whatever. They always it's always raining over here. So the weather ain't even one thing to me over here. But I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm working and twerking and doing all the things that I need to do. Outside of the actual twerking part, I was figurative kind of thing in terms of getting busy, keeping it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was doing twerking.
I didn't even think about like actual twerking when you said that. So
yeah, but I did because we all in this whole pause era, so I ain't really caught up to it yet, so I have to clarify my situation.
I understood.
I don't
twerking.
I don't talk to right. I don't talk to a lot of I don't know how to say it because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Non-masculine cats, so. People who know what they mean to me, what they say. There'll be no
yeah.
No underslights, you know what I'm saying? And none of that. It'd be exactly what we mean it to be. Motherfuckers just be like, on the word trickery.
Understood.
Speaking of words, hey, so one, how do you feel about aliens being real?
They are. Like, there's the question. Like, they real, whole flat earth theory, all that good stuff. They're real.
So, have you ever seen one?
I've seen some really weird stuff happening in the sky, but on myself, I'm not thinking like, oh, that's UFO. But then seeing like the different sightings that I've been seeing, it's like, well, maybe it was like a few months back, my boyfriend was driving, and you know how like sometimes when there's jets in the sky flying, like you see like the two dots, and they be flying, but the two dots be moving, right?
Right, the lights.
Yes, lights, exactly. So this particular time, it was too solid, but they were like one was bigger than the other, and they were like kind of like this a little bit, like one more forward. And bless you. And driving, bless you. And it was in the sky. We were driving, so like how you're driving, usually like things move with you, or like you moving but it's not moving. Like you know how that goes. It was not. It was in the same spot from every angle, and we was driving like different parts of where we live, like different cities. Like we're in Savannah, and we drove to like Cooler, which is like a 15-30 minute drive, and we're looking. And I lie to you not, like I'm watching this shit in the sky. It's in the same spot, but as I'm moving around, like I'm having to turn around in the car, look behind me, you know what I'm saying, to see like if it's moving or if it's like, and it's just there. And then I stopped looking at it. It was daytime. On my way back home, I'm looking in the sky for it, and it was there. And then the next day, it wasn't there. And then I got on Instagram and I posted it, and my friend sent me a video from freaking Michigan of the exact same thing in the sky. And I'm like, UFOs, UFOs, UFOs. And it's like, bro, that's what I was saying like earlier to you. Like, it's a lot that's going on, and I feel like the government released that statement about UFOs and all this stuff like that because their masking ain't working no more.
Roswell. I mean, I don't know.
They can't hide it no more. They coming out. they making themselves more known. Y'all can't keep saying it's a hoax. Y'all can't keep saying this bullshit because we see it ourselves.
So
y'all can hide it.
The reason why words are important, right? Because when a man said alien biologics, that doesn't even mean whole people. That can mean fungus. That can mean single cell organism. That can mean any old piece of motherfucking,
life. Yeah.
Right. So I think people blew that out of proportion, right? At the same time, it's real shit because it is alien DNA. You know what I'm saying? It came from space, so even if it is just a single cell organism or whatever, it's alien biologics. So, but I don't know. I'm the type of motherfucker who thinks, as some people call me, conceited as I am, or as whatever terms you can put in that particular spot that I am. I'm not a fool to think that we are just the only motherfucker in this vast ass universe. If this vast ass universe is as vast as they say it is.
Hello.
And that's universal. I mean, I'm special. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think we're the like species like among the earth like this. Like, yeah, you got your animals, you got all that stuff like that, but I think there's other beings not in, outside of Antarctica. And you know what I'm saying? But on the opposite side of it,
why you say Antarctica? What you mean by that? You gotta elaborate.
Well, like back in the back of the like the 1500s, Antarctica was like a tropical place. So like it's a wild range of beings that's on the other side of that wall that they melted. The walls is melting. So about to come over.
Okay, I low key believe that in terms of landscapes before we started doing what we do in terms of human beings and things of that nature. I believe before the whole ice age, a whole lot of this shit was lush. I believe all this.
You know what
shit
I'm saying? Like the advanced technologies, all that good shit. Like it makes sense.
But I don't think Antarctica is. I believe if the polar ice caps will melt, you'll find some shit up under there. But I don't think it's like hella special.
Pathway, like it's the bridge into some other shit. That's what I feel. I feel like that's why it's so protected in a sense, I guess you could say, or off limits.
Well, because there ain't shit up there. I mean, it is, but they don't want to have to keep going up there and cleaning up bodies and shit.
Or
you ain't properly suited.
Or
what else
they don't want you to see a little opening and some ice with some light and walk through that motherfucker and come into like a whole Wakanda civilization type shit. And it's like,
as true as that may be, right? If they can make money off of that shit, we've been nobody. But
no, and I feel like that's what they're doing. And I feel like that's what they're doing. And I feel like now that they done got that technology, got that made all trade they need to make, they've been fucking with shit too much. Over on that side, what I mean, like in Antarctica, shit starting to melt, shit starting to go crazy on their end. So now when stuff starting to pop up on our end that we're seeing, they're trying to cover their tracks. Because I know for a fact they've been, not just allegedly, but scooping up the homeless folk, you know what I'm saying, selling them off, doing all that crazy stuff, doing that. They've been
calling Tyrone in them.
You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this stuff. So it's like they had to go somewhere. And they ain't all just going to China and Russia, baby. I know that for a fact.
And
so,
people still coming up missing at a ridiculously alarming
at
rate.
a disgusting rate. So it's just one of those things where like, where are these missing folks going? Y'all putting them on the boat, taking them over the ice. You know what I'm saying? Here are some of our people to experiment. Give us some of y'all technology, and y'all can learn about us through these folks, and we could, you know what I'm saying, learn how to work with y'all technologies and get better so we can be on y'all level. Like I'm tapped in a little bit, so it's like whatever.
So to get this straight, so I can be totally in the loop with this. You saying people are being hired to kidnap people and sell them to alien people for technology?
Allegedly, yes.
That's a hard squeeze. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's a squeeze or if it's squoze because
that's a hard squeeze because they can't explain where these people is going. That's for sure. And ain't no telling what's going on in this vast ass universe of ours. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Toast the flat earther. Amen. Amen. And that's me. Up, down, left, and right. Because I just be paying attention to certain things and
so
certain things don't add up.
all right, so flat earth. I can't get past that either. Primarily because, it's just not how we were taught gravity works. So until they can prove to me that, round is a thing.
Round, right?
Yeah,
And when you put something in something round, like it kind of curves to the roundness of it, correct?
mm-hmm.
Right. But all the water is level.
But it's not though.
It is, unless it's on like a rock coming down.
The same reason why I can stand on shore and watch you literally sail out of sight
And keep going straight.
No, you ain't gonna. You'll disappear eventually. You'll continue.
You gonna disappear, but you're still going. Like straight. You don't fall off.
No, of course you don't fall off. That's what gravity is for. That's how it all sticks.
Right, but don't you think like
the same energy that keep your skin attached to your bones and flesh and muscle, the same energy that keep us from floating off this bitch. It's the same thing.
I don't.
It's the same thing.
I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about that. Because, like, I don't know. It's just, like, so many different things. Like, it just don't. Like, okay, for instance, the photo of the Earth that we have, that's not a real picture of the Earth.
Well, it depended on where you get your information from.
What you mean? I'm getting it from the maps, NASA, nigga. The people that's putting this shit out to us. These are the people that's supposed to be surveillancing us.
So look, I'm not saying you in general. I'm saying in total, it all depends on where you get your information from. Because, outside of what I saw, everything looked fine to me. Like I don't understand. So have you been on the airplane?
I have.
Okay.
Plenty of places. I sit by the window on purpose so I can surveillance myself.
Right. So you see how no matter how far you look towards one way, no matter how far you look towards the other way, you can never see two ends.
I can never see two what?
Two ends. You can never see 2 points at any given time. It's going to always be a fall off, no matter which way you look.
What do you mean?
Okay, so man, it's hard to explain what I like.
Yeah, because I don't know what you mean.
All right, so if you look far enough one way, so try it at the beach. Just try it at the beach one day. Go to the beach, and if you look far enough one way, you won't see like
nothing.
Point.
Yeah,
right. You won't see an endless stream of water just continuing for forever. That shit ends, right?
No.
Because the earth curves. So
I don't.
You're gonna. It's hard to explain.
Like I don't see that. I see the water keep it going. Like I see the water keep it going. Like
Right.
I don't see it going on. Like I don't. For me, when I'm in the airplane, right, and just what I be seeing, sometimes like that shit
Right.
looking real.
Exactly. The horizon is the bending of Earth. Exactly. The only way that happened.
What's the horizon?
Only way that happened. The rise of the sun, or when it's just rising.
I don't even get that shit either, because how the hell we got this full solar system and we the only motherfucker that's moving around the sun, but everybody else is
Now, we all move around the sun. We just all move around the sun at our own pace.
like
Nothing stands still. Nothing is still. The sun even moves in a circle. The sun even moves in a circle. A very slow.
it's just a lot of things that I just feel like it's always that I've always questioned and never really looked into and cared to look into, and then growing up having the information like literally gravitate towards me.
Or
It's
should
like
I say rotate?
I knew
not
I was right.
circle, it rotates.
Look, it's like I knew I was right. So it's like I don't know, like it's gonna be an ongoing.
Hey, so don't wait. Just wait. When we get rich, though, me and you, we going up there. We gonna see.
Yeah, no, we're gonna find out. Like I'm getting my answers. That's what I'm trying to realize. Like I'm really gonna be a scientist for real, because I have to figure this shit out, because it's a lot of holes that I need to fill. Okay,
I mean, kind of.
come after me, because I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes or nothing. I'm just trying to get personal knowledge. Like that's it. Like I'm not gonna tell nobody. Like I'm just gonna be like, wow, and keep it to myself. Like I'm not gonna tell nobody I swear. Like, but
Yeah, we go aim to find out one day.
I'm going to find out, because I don't care if I gotta do like Christopher Columbus. What's his name? Christopher Columbus, that nigga that sailed the ocean blue. If I gotta sail the ocean to see if it cut off, if I gotta just keep going and see if that motherfucker keep going, if it cut off, I want to see. I want to know. I want to know. And maybe I gotta fly over with it, and that's nothing too. When you're flying over the water, like it just keeps going. When you in the plane, like that shit don't cut off, nigga. You just go up and you just see more water. Like it's just water and it just goes. Like it's just water and it just goes. It's just water, water, water. Like until you're on a part that is land, but even between the lands, nigga, you just see water. So it's like I don't know what cut off you talking about.
Right. He went the wrong way, but apparently this is something
That's a lie.
she's gonna have to see for herself.
That's all alleged. Cause I don't know.
But
Because even like they say, like energy centers in the world, right? How at some point in the Grand Canyon you can't do certain things because it leads certain places. It's just too many holes that I gotta fill. Too many holes.
so have you been to the Grand Canyon? You got to go exploring all these mystical places.
No, I do. Like I really do, and I need to get my permits so I can go as deep as I want, because I don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say to me. Like,
Oh shit! No, right? Exactly. That's why they stopped calling them Indians, because that's what they were. Now they Native Americans. But
that's what they are.
here's one thing that we gonna get off into right quick. Outside of the Earth being flat. Speaking of water, there's a lot of white people throwing in water today, or not today, the other day.
I'm out of Alabama.
Yeah, boy.
My goodness.
Hey, that was beautiful. I love my people sometimes. Sometimes my people.
I'm gonna lie. It was legendary to see, folks come and help out homie. Like, y'all not about to do him like this.
Hey, I heard somebody say niggas was breaking all types of shit. Those niggas jump in the water and swimming to help that nigga out. Like, niggas, we swim well. What are you talking about? Like, I swim like a fucking fish. What are you talking about?
All the time. Okay, I live in the water.
You're right. Like, that's hilarious. Hey, what up?
What up?
What is the biz?
What it do? What it do? What it do? How you feeling about Alabama?
Oh man.
I'm feeling shit just as good as pretty much every other black person in America. As a what does a flip script call itself? A meteorologist, right?
Yeah.
As a meteorologist, one thing that kind of has been bothering me right? And I kind of didn't want you guys to go down this road, is that there's a lot of misinformation that's been kind of coming out and being repeated by, more bigger media folks, and people are kind of running with the story. But I think that if we had the full truth, it kind of lends a little bit more understanding of what actually happened, right?
Yeah.
So first thing is that everybody is reporting the older black dude who got jumped on by the white boys
security guard, right?
on the dock as a security guard. Okay, that's incorrect.
Right? Yeah, he was a captain assistant or something like that.
Right. What he was he's the first mate of the big boat, the Harriet 2, right? The river.
Okay.
Yeah,
first mate, another name for the co-captain on the boat.
Okay.
Right. So this is an important motherfucker, right? This ain't just some deckhand, some security nigga getting, $13 an hour, just out there. I'm top-notch security. Nah, wasn't that. Second thing was that we didn't get the video of it, but I actually heard the phone call of the captain of the boat explaining what had happened, right? Prior to the police, the captain of the police department, or chief of police, giving his press conference. So what actually happened was that this was a weekend that they have every year, right? So there's a big party going on up at the park. And to give you a little historical background, those docks right there are the docks, and the whole area up there, they have it's like a historical area. That is where slaves were traded. They have pens down there, where they used to hold the slaves.
Wow, yeah.
Whole warehouse
where all the cotton and shit used to go out, and the slaves used to come in, right? So that dock in Montgomery has some historical and sentimental value to all the black folks up in that area. Secondly, right, the fact that there was a Trump rally that had just been held in the area earlier that day or the day before or something, right? So now what the spirit kind of was there. Now you get to the point where the big boat, the river boat, the Harriet, is coming to do its docking like it usually does. The captain says that this group of individuals, they have problems with them every year. Okay. That specific group of individuals, every year, they got some kind of fucking problem with them. Being drunk, being in the way, it's the same thing every year. So as the Harriet 2 is pulling up, the pontoon boat is docked in its space. So it's not enough room, right? 45 minutes, the captain of the Harriet 2 was on the loudspeaker telling these people to move their boat. They was flipping the people off. Now, mind you, the crew is mostly black folks, right? This is a crew that has worked together for, they go out and, they do 7-day shifts and shit, right? And again, this is the second in command, this black dude, right?
Right.
And he's 65 years old, right? So you can imagine he's looked at like Unc.
Right? Yeah.
By all these black people, the crew that's on the ship.
Right.
So.
And Pops to others. Yeah.
So there's another smaller boat, right? That most of the video that we got the video from the lady that's doing all the commentary, bam, bam, all that. They were waiting for this smaller boat. It's like a day boat, right? It's called a sip and sail or something, right? You get on this boat for like an hour or whatever, goes around the bay, you have drinks. It's kind of like a party boat. They were waiting for that boat. It's smaller. The captain of the bigger boat radioed the smaller boat who had room to get in and says, "Can you come on the side and pick up my first mate? And he's going to go and move that boat." Right? So they came and picked him up, and the smaller boat dropped the older dude and the 16-year-old white guy, little white kid. If you see him, he's in the video too.
Yeah,
not knowing what they
can do to get hit. Yeah.
He came off the smaller boat. So they were coming to move the boat, to undock it, untie it, and just move it up. the people came off the boat, and I mean off the little the launch, and then we could see what happened after that, right?
Right.
Now, the second part that people get wrong is people think that, okay, this is just a bunch of brothers in the area that was like, oh, nah, we're not going to let this go on. Just, you know, some strange black dude, because we know what niggas do. Niggas
Right.
pull their phones out. And all the niggas on the dock, except one black dude, pulled their fucking phone out. Nobody didn't do shit. The people that came, and we seen that crowd coming up the dock, that was after the Harriet II docked. And those were the workers. That was the crew of the Harriet II that put the whooping on them people. It wasn't just a bunch of random niggas that was just out fishing or some bullshit like that.
Okay.
So it was the equivalent of, you know,
they're protecting their business.
Somebody doing some shit to me, and we all at a family reunion, and then the boat docks.
You know how it's going down.
Exactly.
So didn't the dude who swam on the dock come from the smaller boat, the party boat?
The dude that swam from the dock came from the smaller boat. He jumped off the smaller boat when it was going back out.
Yeah, I heard that too. I caught that over the interwebs too. Yeah. The only thing I didn't know was about
he was 16 years old as well. Ricky Smiley, I gotta correct you. He did a post where he said, he made a joke. He said, "Oh yeah, Aquaman. He did all that swimming and got to the dock and took his shoes off and didn't do nothing." Bullshit.
Yeah, he got cracking.
Lil Buck was getting very busy.
Yeah, he got cracking. I know. Yeah, that's what he swam over there for. He ain't gonna swim over there and not do nothing. What you mean? Go through all this water. I can't even help. They gonna finna help. What you talking about? What you talking about?
All that swimming. I'm gonna get mine. What you talking about?
Right. All that swimming, nigga.
So then I think that the people that we see that are in street clothes are maybe passengers that was getting off of the Harriet II. You know what I'm saying? That kind of came out and was on the dock. Because remember, after the crew took off, it was doing their thing. Everybody was kind of going everywhere. And then you kind of see white people just kind of brushing up on anything black. Like the dude with the chair, right? Not him, but his boy, right? Had on white with white stripes. He just was kind of standing there. White dude came up in the crowd and kind of pushed him or something. Next thing you know, he had the claw on the motherfucker's throat.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. Every time, everything white that was moving got touched on at that particular time by anything who was close enough to touch it. And that, so my thing is, despite all of the information, right? Regardless, they didn't just rest on their laurels, right? And even if it is family, even if it is a co-worker, like we ain't just gonna let them push let them push my man around like that. We ain't gonna let that happen regardless, right? So I still think it's commendable. I still think it's something to be proud of.
Right.
Also, motherfuckers need to take that energy and harness that shit, because that just goes to show you, man, that they can't just do what they want to do. That privilege shit don't, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking, I believe for real that the whole Reginald Denny thing, I don't know if it was any race. I wasn't there. I just seen the TV shit. I believe that was a lot too far. Just like my man with the chair, I think that was a lot too far, right? Where everybody was throwing hands, you could have kept throwing hands too.
I don't know.
I mean,
well, I'll say this.
Listen to the lady that was sitting down on the floor. Like, that's just crazy.
We've both been
savage.
Okay, it's one thing, right? Like, people generally live with the "I wish a nigga would" shit, right? What they would do in a certain situation, and it's based on how you think of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of, it's a whole nother thing, right? Like when you in that scenario, right? And me and you, we both been in them kind of scenarios.
Nigga, man, we've been in warrior type situations, but nigga, like some real gladiator type situations. Nigga, like, right. You know what I mean?
And you know how it is, man. You head on a swivel, nigga. You moving, and you know what I'm saying, trying to do your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and not let them do their shit.
All that fair shit, nigga. Fair mean I win.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say, like,
do that.
I'm a dirty fighter. All's fair, loving war. Like, I don't have no, like, if we fight, we tussling, I see something and I feel like you about to get the best of me, I'm gonna knock your ass out. I don't care because
That's
don't turn
that
up on me
shit.
like that.
So
Hey, look, the skip, the three niggas skipping with the no shirt on, with the whole sea of blue shirts behind them. That shit reminded me of being in the penitentiary and the niggas over there playing handball. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga gets socked by somebody outside the race.
outside the situation, yo.
Like,
And it
nigga, we
goes
don't
down.
even need to know what the fuck. Like,
And it
what?
goes down.
Nigga,
I don't
it's
give a fuck who it
going
was.
up
Right.
right
You don't know who it
now,
was.
nigga.
I don't give a damn who it was. Nigga, everybody is on. It's on and it explodes. That shit just explodes. Nigga. It's just crazy as fuck. Hey, but still, okay, in that same situation, right? And in those same situations, niggas know who not to fuck with. Niggas
Yeah.
fuck around and find out real quick, right? Niggas need to carry that energy all the time, right? Like,
All the time.
especially when it comes to these street, think they tough ass, carrying ass, you know what I'm saying? And these dudes who think they can just talk to people any old kind of way and be disrespectful, especially black
And
you know, they need to keep that same energy because, like y'all protected the old man, we gotta protect everybody in those situations, man. Because we be needing that shit. They be needing that shit. Me, I'm
yeah.
gonna knock the nigga right out.
It's a lot of senseless shit that happens, like, oh, because a person feels like, oh, somebody happened, so pop, 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 everybody shot, everything going on. And it's like, y'all, I appreciate everybody for handling that straight fist. I mean, it was a little chair brought out, but that's like some wrestling shit. Like, you know, they do that. Like,
Yeah, then we gotta consider that
let me
too.
do that. Like, still chairs, like that's a thing. Like, so it's like, you know, I still wouldn't say like that wasn't hands. Like, I feel like everybody was still doing a big one, and a little weapon came out, but didn't nobody pull no guns.
See, that's a different thing too.
You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
different
So
time.
it's like,
Niggas is quick to
They said
have a
one of the
gun.
white dudes that said that I'm going to get my gun or something. Nigga, you didn't get that far. You got that
Yeah,
water.
you gotta wake up first.
you gotta learn how to swim.
You gotta wake up first. Nigga, out the water. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm glad of that too. I'm glad that nobody lose their lives. Yeah, in that same vein, you know, it is a by situation type thing, right? And yeah, man, some people just black out when it comes to that type of shit. And then at that point, you get what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes a good old fashioned ass whooping is called for.
Yeah.
Because they clearly needed it. Because y'all, first of all, like all the history that you was telling me, like about the dock and everything like that, it's like, honestly, they had to stand on their 10 when it came to this place because it's a lot of
You know them workers know the history.
like it's a lot of
That's
a lot of people.
And that's their whole shit, right? They take people on a tour and around and do that's what they do.
Story, you know what I mean? So it's like disrespecting this place in general is just disrespecting us as a culture. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna handle you because no. And
It was an ass whooping long overdue, for real.
They're gonna get the respect they deserve on that dock these days after
That's
what just happened.
Shout out to the crew of the Harriet too.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Harriet.
I was tripping off of. I wanted to play you guys this too, right? Because I tripped off of this, right? The chief of police in Montgomery is a black dude. Sound like he's from New Orleans, but he probably from Alabama. But I want you guys to trip off of the way that he words this, the way that he words the describing of the incident. Check this out.
Now, I'll kind of lay out the facts as we know them now.
That's a black man?
Regarding the incident that took place on Saturday,
August
5th, 2023 at 7 p.m. There were several events taking place on our historic river front. Positive feedback regarding a school event hosted by Montgomery Public Schools and Hyundai was taking place at the amphitheater and nearby train shed. The Harriet II river cruise ship was fully operational, operating from a designated docking space along the river. The Harriet takes passengers on 2-hour tours up and along the Alabama River throughout the day. On this day, there were 227 passengers aboard that vessel. The incident occurred between the co-captain of the Harriet II vessel and a private boat owner and his family. As the Harriet attempted to dock in its designated space, designated and reserved due to the gangway access as well as the mooring requirements. The private boat was docked in its space,
Okay.
prohibiting safe docking of the Harriet. The captain of the Harriet remained away from the dock for nearly 40 to 45 minutes as he attempted to contact the operators of the private boat via PA system.
Right.
They were only responded to with obscene gestures, curse words, and taunting. The co-captain
Said they threw a couple of
then
niggas
picked
in
up
there too.
by a separate
Yeah, like
and brought to the pier in an attempt to have a conversation with the private boat owners and or have those boats moved so that the Harriet could dock. A confrontation ensued
Watch how he words this.
between the co-captain and Mr. Pickett, the co-captain, being attacked by several members of the private boat. Several members of the Harriet II came to Mr. Pickett's defense, engaging in what we all have seen since on social media.
It came to his
I'll
defense.
give you a
Yeah,
timeline
nobody's
as to
told,
where
though.
the calls came in
Right.
and the Montgomery Police Department's response.
So I tripped off of the way that he worded that made it clear that there's not going all that shit that you white people in the media have been talking about, how this mob of black citizens just came and mollywopped the white people, whoop, whoop, and it was retribution and not justice. Nah. His co-workers came to his defense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
They no gay shit. Ain't no none of that. Yeah. They were
Hey, so I've seen in some news media sites where they call the white people thugs. They get the white thugs. Where's the last time you heard a white person called a thug in media circles, though? That's crazy.
but I feel like it's a level of respect they gotta put on, you know what I'm saying? Like that crew, that doc, like everything, the whole situation. So I'm happy how everything is going on and it's not being flipped. You know what I mean? To make it seem like we're in the malicious way.
Yeah, I was kind of confused because they had the reports that said that the FBI was now investigating it, so as though there was going to be, it might be some hate crime shit coming out of it. But this chief of police said that they were working with the FBI and the state police, and that the misdemeanor assault charges was all that they could come up with from the videos, but that there might be more charges coming. So it just kind of seems like the FBI kind of looked at it and was like, yeah, we're going to go with, they jumped him because he was moved the boat, not because he was a nigga.
Right.
And I'm saying, nah, FBI, y'all got to look a little more deeper into the circumstances,
what's going on, because if
environment,
it's always happening,
all of that shit that's been going on.
Year,
what was the mindset of these motherfuckers? Where they been for the last couple of days? Did you motherfuckers, did y'all attend that Trump rally? Because that puts a whole different spin on shit.
Right. It's like F this. I'm not not here.
Well, I also think that with the history of them having that problem with them damn near every year, the fact that they always drunk and fucked up, like those are shit that the FBI are using to just brush this shit off. Like, they were just rowdy ass white boys who they do this every year. Right, exactly. Not even bothering to look deeper because those are the type of shit that they lean on to go ahead and let theirs do what they do. So, with misdemeanor assault charges, you know what I'm saying? As long as that misdemeanor assault charge go for everybody, that's all I'm worried about.
Right. On both sides.
Except for my man with the chair. My man with the chair might get some extra shit.
On both sides.
But other than that, as long as that shit, run both sides, that's cool. I'm with that.
Just speaking of charges,
you know what I'm saying?
time. Keep talking about Tory and his 10 years.
Love the transition. You're gangster. I wish I was good like you.
Hella segment.
Right? That was nice, right? So yeah, man, I'm kind of confused. Why so much? It ain't like nobody, man, like she wasn't maimed and none of that. They didn't even fuck, man.
Her foot was messed up.
Man. Shit. Nigga. That shit didn't stop that bitch from twerking on camera and getting paid for it. So
Okay.
that's some bullshit.
Hey y'all. He had a time
What
to in on the
What
Tory
up?
vibes.
Hey, yeah,
What
man,
up?
that's crazy as fuck, man. How the fuck? What the hell?
I'm trying to understand the sentence structure too, because the assault is a 16, 2, and 3, right?
Mhm.
And okay, so because he got six for the assault, so it would seem like it's 16, 2, and 3, so 3 years doubled up, but the doubled up is for the use. But then he got 4 years for the gun. So how you get a double up on the assault for the use, and then get 4 years on the 12022.3?
So does he have prior gun charges though?
Yeah, he was on probation and he's not a U.S. citizen.
Oh well, maybe.
So what, they violated his probation and gave him 4 for the probation violation? How does that work?
Probably. But then what would that go towards towards this sentence though? Like, isn't that some extra shit after that? Some different shit when you're dealing with probation, especially some out of the country shit.
Yeah, well, see, probation in California is crazy as a motherfucker, right? Which is why once we get to penitentiary level, we be laughing at niggas on probation. Right. So you can be on probation and parole like T-Mans, right? My nigga T-Mans this nigga was on parole, caught a case, got violated. When did the violation, while he was doing the violation, took a deal for probation on the case.
Okay.
Got paroled and was on probation. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Right?
Wow.
See, my shit, the only time I've had probation, I fucking traded that shit up for a fucking back number, nigga. What, nigga? Fuck this probation shit, right, nigga? Send me to the penitentiary and stop playing with me and shit, right? And then the last time that I've been on parole, I was on that new shit, right, where the fucking the probation department, because it was no more parole, right? So the probation department was supervising the parolees, the last of the parolees. AB 101 bullshit, right? So I used to go in that motherfucker like, what you gonna give me a 10-day flash? Like, what? There ain't no violations. You can't go back to the penitentiary except with a new case. Fuck y'all. I'm coming in there smelling like weed, 3,000 in my pocket, no job, driving a Cadillac, talking shit. All that.
I'm living. Fuck all that.
Weed license in my pocket. Motherfuckers is like, Mr. Mack, is that you smelling like cannabis? Yep. Sure is.
Yup. This is my cologne.
So it's kind of hard to. What you would think is that if you're on probation and you catch a case that's going to send you to the penitentiary and you got some time to do, that they would either discharge you off probation or turn your probation into a penitentiary stay and run it concurrent, right? Because remember, your probation started, that sentence started whenever you had that case, right? It ain't got fuck to do with the new case. The new case just violates it.
Right.
So I don't think that the additional 4 years for the gun got fuck to do with his probation. Right. I think that they gave him 6 for the assault some kind of way, and then 4 for the fucking gun. That's actually what they said. He got 6 for the assault, 4 for the gun, and they ran him bow-legged. Which again, like, really, those enhancements are meant to be ran, consecutive to give you more time, right? But then you doubling up on his enhancement, because again, like I said, I've been to the pen for assault, right, with great bodily injury, right? So you get the assault itself holds 16 months, 2 years, 3 years. That's the low, medium, and high California shit. 16, 2, and 3, and then your double up. Well, maybe his double up came from the great bodily injury, but then I thought that they found no great bodily injury.
But see, her body wasn't greatly injured. Yeah, where was that at?
Shot in the foot. A pinky with that.
Not even that though. She still had her pinky toe. It ain't like they shot the bitch off. She had to be on the cane like Harlem Nights. She got shot, and the next day was.
I just want to be clear that I don't think this is right.
I just want to know.
Like, I just want to be clear. I don't think this is right.
I just want to know who gun was it?
Who shot you?
Right,
Who shot you?
right. Because you get
Ain't nobody ever said that.
or possession of a gun, and it's
I had the gun, but
I don't care what the jury said about what happened, how the gun got fired. I think that we all clear
who
that
gun is it?
the gun belonged to them girls, right?
Exactly.
Are we clear on that?
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
her friend.
Not only that,
Can I say what I think happened?
My nigga lawyer is stupid as
I
fuck.
think
He need to slap the
Kelsey-
shit out of his lawyer.
I think Kelsey really is the real like person that shot and did everything. That's why she ain't been doing. She ain't know nothing. Ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. The girl, was she plead the fifth or some shit like that, or something like that? Understand? Like she didn't even want to incriminate herself because I feel like she know that, but I feel like they felt like they built such a strong case against Tory to just let that shit ride out. Which is fucked up. Like this man got us some time over all y'all getting drunk and having a good time and some shit happening, and because he's the man in the situation,
that's really what it is.
shit is going bad on his end, and y'all is just, you know what I'm saying, put some power sticking together.
And they threw my man right under the bus. They
Right.
they neatly set that nigga on the curb and drop kicked that nigga right under the bus.
I seen.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's very messed up.
I seen a thread on Black Twitter that said, if Tory's security guard was the one who actually shot, then Tory needs to do 10 years for riding it out for his boy. I'm like, what?
I don't think that nigga had nothing to do with it. Where did he come from?
Well, they trying to say because he didn't ever come and testify.
Oh, you talk about because he randomly went missing right around the time it was time for him to go on the stand.
Nigga, I don't
No,
want
he didn't. No, Tory's bodyguard didn't come up missing. Megan's.
Oh, it was
Megan people,
okay.
yeah.
Tory's
man
people,
just didn't come
he was there. They never called him. They
So
never
why
called him. He was on the witness list and
And
everything.
he probably
but they
could have
just
actually
never called him.
made it different.
No, because he didn't have shit to do with shit.
What about the driver?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, his driver.
That's
But
what
that's
I'm
what I'm
talking
saying.
That's what I'm saying. So like
They thought they didn't have to call him because they thought they were gonna put that shit on them two bros.
about. Yeah, because
it's there, but they're not using it.
I was
Like,
on the jury. We still be in the jury room arguing.
Right now, me too. Hey, damn right.
Because it was
You
way
damn
too much
right.
reasonable doubt. Like,
Bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie, if I was
let
on
him
this
dig
case,
him like that.
this case
Ain't
is
no
really
way.
still going on to the day because I genuinely feel like it's too many folks that have the truth that's not being put into the story. Where y'all keep going to everybody that's knows her, knows him, knows her, knows him. Let's exit y'all out of it. We got what y'all gotta say. Let's bring the extra motherfuckers, the bodyguards, the drivers, the neighbors, the people with the ring cameras, all of that. Let's talk to them.
That's why I
See
say.
what's going on.
That's why I
Real.
say.
Everybody in attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel at this point. Oh no.
That's why I say Tory Lanez needs to slap his lawyers. He needs to just call a meeting.
That's
Yeah,
what I
Slap the
see.
shit out of
He
him.
his
That's
job
what I
good at
said,
all.
bro. His
Real
legal
good, cause nigga, I'd have piled on all of the bullshit. Like these bitches was. They both had guns. I don't know where that bitch gun went, but she had one too. They was waving them bitches at each other. Like, nigga, I
Exactly.
came with a whole shit, nigga. I could be that nigga lawyer, nigga. I done spun the whole spin, nigga.
This was over Tory, correct? Basically over the females in Tory, right?
So recap. It also has something to do with the Kardashian girl
Kylie.
at a party. Somebody feeling somebody and somebody feeling dissed. Somebody not wanting to go home with somebody else so they hit a ride with Tory. Threw their bags and everything in the nigga car. If I was that nigga, I just left them bitches. I
was about to say because they wouldn't even been in my car
at all.
You trying to get Megan back in the car? She this, that, and third. That bitch got a phone. She got Uber. She got Lyft. She got bodyguards.
She got dope.
And Thee Stallion. Somebody gonna make sure she all right. I'm going.
Remember, she had her driver take her shit out of her car and put it back in his car.
That's what I'm saying. So what y'all about
and
to
then
go
told
to the
her
house
driver,
or something?
"Go on, I'm rolling with Tory."
Screaming, get freaky, and then it went
Tory
left.
like,
Like what's going on? You got all the whole putting their shit in your car.
Jenner bitches on my nuts.
You finna go cut
yesterday. Like you was
so
Saturday.
I also think
you tripping, mommy.
I also think
around on Saturday. Why you tripping? Let me do Tuesday right now.
I also think that after the whole shit blew up, he was thinking in his mind, I could probably get both of these bitches. Let me see
Yeah.
what I can't make happen.
Both back. He had already knocked them both back. And, you know, this
Yeah,
is,
that's what I'm saying. He was
this
probably in his head like,
and remember who Tory Lanez is at this time, right? Tory
But
Lanez is what was the name of his radio shit that he was doing on YouTube?
I don't know, but didn't it do
Oh,
real
I
well
never
doing the
Nah,
doing the-
Tory Lanez was killing the game because he was having chicks on fucking YouTube, taking their titties out and all that kind of crazy
oh,
shit.
that and then
During
you
the
know he had
pandemic, Tory Lanez was hot and popping like a motherfucker
put
at the
his
time.
music on the NTFS, the little art stuff. So like he was trading his music. So he ate for like I think $1 million something like 40 minutes or something. Like
Wow,
something
yeah.
a single or something. Yeah, like he was getting money.
But I know he was. I knew he was hot with the. I didn't know about the NFT shit, but I knew about the podcast shit and little show shit that he had. But I thought that shit popped off during COVID though. I didn't know it popped off before that because didn't all that happen before COVID?
Nah, all this shit was right.
No, this is after COVID, right?
All during the-
Okay, so yeah.
No,
All right.
During COVID, it was like towards the end of COVID.
I don't know. You should.
It wasn't in the beginning. I know that for a fact. It was either like in the middle or towards the end. Like it was just about over because niggas was popping out again. So it was like more.
That's what I'm saying.
So it was like 2020.
Yeah, it was 2020. That's when it was. It was 2020.
Right.
So okay, so bam. All right, so yeah, all right. I heard about the show because it popped off during COVID. He was
Everybody was lit, and that's what I'm saying. Like y'all jealous. I mean, I really don't feel like he deserves to be.
Because
In
I
jail
I
at all.
remember,
Maybe a little
I remember when
probation, but
I
I
remember
deserve to be in
when
jail.
the Instagram post popped up, I was up, right? When the Instagram post popped up with Megan and fucking Tory was popped up out the water behind them or whatever the fuck, right? And she was like, Tory, you make my hair, pull my hair or some shit, right? And they was at old girl's party and shit. And remember, everybody was like, damn, this nigga fucking Megan Thee Stallion, what the fuck? And then we don't find out what happened, right? Until the next night
Right.
through TMZ. Niggas didn't even know nothing. Because they wasn't saying nothing. And the nigga news
I
hadn't
feel like
gotten
that shit, kept that shit under wraps.
because
Bro.
remember, Rock Nation was already on the scene. Rock Nation was on the scene at before the hospital.
And that's another thing. Them niggas, boy.
Yeah, I
Boy,
was
it was like
you
a
already
machine,
know it
don't they?
They probably behind him.
It
getting
won't.
them
I was about to say it won't
They
gonna be
probably
Megan.
trying to say
It won't
Yeah,
gonna be
trying to say.
Megan. It won't gonna be Megan. That's all.
I think somebody
Won't be Megan.
needs to do a court of popular opinion on this whole case, right?
Hey, motherfucking cancel court.
Even
Let's
if it
see- let's
wasn't
see
Megan,
all the shit that
Kelsey
didn't get
has-
let into the courtroom.
they should have put Kelsey ass in jail for pleading fifth because that just lets you know right there she knows something that she don't want to say.
Can't do it though.
But that's
They can't,
fucked
though.
up. That's
They
fucked
can't, though.
up. Should have pled the fifth too. Shit. If I was so, I would have went like, I don't know either. They don't know. I don't know. We all don't know. So I guess we go just have to throw this
It
case
was-
because I
Well,
don't.
he did.
It was
He didn't say shit. That's the equivalent of saying,
Oh, just take this.
Y'all
Just take,
figure it out.
take this boy.
I
Fuck all that. We gonna drag this.
Tory
bitch
could
out.
have got on the stand.
Not playing.
Tory could have got on the stand and told a convincing enough story about what happened that fits all the evidence, right?
He did.
But they was gonna tear his ass up about all his lyrics,
Everything
fucking,
else.
probation for the pistol,
Everything else. They was gonna
fucking this
dig into
nigga.
this
What's
shit.
what's the other singing nigga? What's the singing nigga that told on the girl? Socked this nigga in the fucking mouth. The singing nigga that told on Jada Pinkett.
Oh, August.
August Alsina.
Socked that August Alsina in the motherfucking eye backstage. All that
That's
shit
right.
is coming in.
Hey, I would have took that chance because
I
all I
would've-
wanted was some pussy that night, nigga. I wasn't trying to go
I'm not
do
about
10
to
years. I thought I'd have been like, man,
years.
I'd have hopped on
Niggas
that
30
stand and been
already.
like,
It'll be like
I would have been the last one to go.
I'd have hopped on
They
that.
brought all that. Look,
we
they
all
brought
would
some of the
get a broken
quarantine
5
radio clips in with chicks taking their titties out or whatever the fuck, right? They
I'd have been like, we was having a good time, just like, and I would have also ran it back just like this. How they're having a good time in those videos with me taking their breasts out is the same fun that me, Megan, and Kelsey were just having right before this incident happened. So I don't know what, like,
I'd have hopped on
it's
that
like
stand.
I'm bringing that shit all back to exactly what happened, nigga. Here,
I'd have hopped on that stand and been like, man, all I wanted was to fuck both these bitches at that one time. That's
Like,
all
just
I
be
wanted.
honest.
None of this bullshit
y'all
that
was going
happened.
back to the
Those
crib.
bitches start fighting.
Shit.
Me and my niggas over here rolling weed, talking shit. on who was gonna win. They start flapping at each other. I don't know where that bitch going. Like I'd have put them under. Like fuck all that. I just want to see pussy. I'm sorry, Judge. I know all you people from the
I
language.
was just
All I wanted was to
100%
fuck them
honest
both
with
at
it.
one time. That's all I was after that day. You know what I'm saying?
I really think it was Kelsey's gun. I feel like somebody was fighting over it or some shit happened. That's what I feel like.
She probably grabbed it. He probably grabbed it from her and tried to get it from him.
And it slipped. You feel
Type
me?
shit, yeah.
But I just feel like she didn't want to come forward because they would have charged her with something. So she had to let him eat that. And then on top of that, he didn't want to get on the stand because, like you said, he didn't want to get eaten alive at the same time. All that.
I think she was paid to eat that.
The last person on the stand. That's it.
I think she was paid to shut the fuck up.
Well,
Rock Nation, cut that check.
Right quick. Yeah. Right quick.
We gonna give you this. All you gotta do,
right now,
all you have to do, Kelsey, go up there, please fit, babe. If they ask anything else, please fit.
Now they can charge her now. Well, no, they can't because technically she didn't say that. So if she really want to make a statement, you know,
my nigga got that chance. Yeah, he's taking that.
It's okay though because guess what? Now that they released that he got 10 years, that's something she gotta live with. And a real ass bitch ain't gonna just eat that.
I bet you that nigga playing his threesomes better from now on. I bet you that, nigga.
Hello.
he probably say fuck.
Yeah, after he served his little time, he getting
He
out of
made
here.
enough money. I don't think they froze, and took his money. I don't think they took it. He wasn't like that.
Well, that's gonna be a whole nother shit, right? This is gonna be the cold part, right? So the nigga gonna do the time. Okay, he got a dime. What he got in? Like a year right now after trial. It's been almost a year or something.
Something like that.
How long has it been since trial?
About a year and a half, almost.
Yeah. It ain't been that long.
Yeah. Because it hadn't been this year. It was like middle of last year, wasn't it?
Getting time served.
It's about almost a year.
Is he getting time
a year and a little bit.
But on that dime, right now, what is he gonna do on that dime right now, Frank? Like, because they had 65%. They supposed to be at 65% now. So.
7, if that's 6 and a few.
No, not that much. Not that much.
At 65?
Yeah, talking about, because remember, halftime would have been 5 years.
Oh, so yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
65,
like
you're talking about 3.5 years, 4 years.
Oh, 65 off, yeah. With 35 left.
I read somewhere they just told me they didn't.
Yeah, so yeah, for sure. With 35% of his time, yeah.
But he probably won't get to 65 because of the use of the gun. So he'll probably be at, what is the next one up?
I don't know, man. All mine was 85 or better.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He got
always had 85 and 82.
Yeah, so I don't know. I should been up.
I got
had to
halftime
work
one.
to get my
Look,
shit.
nigga, funny as shit. I got halftime one. On the assault that I had that was just like this, right? I got halftime because they discharged my number that I was already on, right? And then ended up not giving me the bodily injury, right? The great bodily injury, right? And then they didn't even push the strikes. They were so tripping off the great bodily injury that they didn't even, charge me with the prior strikes and shit, right? That would have gave me fucking 80% regardless.
Right.
So I at halftime, nigga, 6 years with halftime. I was like, woo, let's go.
So I lied.
Let's go. Let's hurry up. We don't need to argue this shit no more. Let's go.
So I lied. I take that back. So when we do get famous,
that shit out, man.
Go up, they can't fuck around and be like, you lied. All right, so I did. My very first bid was 3.5, but I ended up catching time. So I didn't end up doing half anyway. I ended up doing like fucking 24, 23 months. So I ended up doing 2 years off of 3.5. So it still wasn't half, but I was sentenced to halftime though. So I have to.
When I did my beat, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 hours. So I feel like it's like 2% type shit.
Hey, that's all right though. You be behind the bar, or at least behind
a little time. Like my little 2 hours was a lot to me. That felt a lot.
Hey,
it's a trip how that shit is calculated different in different
That's all
places.
I needed. That's all I needed, baby. 2 hours, baby. You ain't gotta never worry about me no more. I won't worry about me. You don't got to worry about me.
Fans, they got the point system, sentencing points. We got a point system for where your ass is gonna be at, right?
Yeah.
But we got the high, medium, low, and then all the fucking enhancements.
Enhancements.
That's
That's what's
enhancements that just kill you.
What is enhancement? Like, what does that mean?
when they add shit on your time for a
Right.
particular.
So you have what's called base offense sentencing, right? So in this case, like we were saying, right, the base offense is the low, medium, and high is 16 months, 2 years, 3 years.
Okay.
Low, medium, high, right? That's your base offense. Then you got all your enhancements. So great bodily injury gives you an equal and consecutive sentence, right? So your 3 years turns into 6 years.
Okay.
Use of a gun is an equal and consecutive sentence. So again, your 3 years can turn into 6 years. Then you got gun enhancements and prior prison shit and all these little 1 year enhancements. 3
Being used in the commission of a crime. Being used in somebody getting hit by the firearm. All types of different shit. They will find a way to tax them.
Like,
Wow.
Motherfucker,
I'm saying,
fuck around.
Looking at a nigga twice after you shoot him. Fuck around and spitting on a nigga one time after you shoot him. All that type of shit. They'll find a way to tax
You be looking at shit and you be like, okay, well, shit, they offering me two years and shit. The offense only hold 3 at the top. Fuck it, I'm gonna take them to trial, right? And then you blow trial, and then the judge is
they gonna give you everything.
Fuck it. Then they start adding them enhancements, right? Because they're gonna max your ass out to whatever the fuck they can give.
For making them go through that bullshit.
They start giving you know.
But that's why the
1 year
conviction rate is bullshit though. They don't be winning that shit. They be scaring niggas into that.
I never knew that it was like that though. That's crazy.
That's why they won't give. That's why they won't give niggas money. That's why they won't give niggas money, because the whole legal system will collapse. When niggas start being able to defend themselves, they can't send motherfuckers to jail. Nigga, they can't. They whole prison shit changes. It changes.
Yeah.
Then they got the gun. The gun law in California is so old, right? This shit is from Frank. I don't even know if you will remember this motherfucker, George Dukmasian, right? Was the governor of California and shit. This motherfucker was the governor before or right after Reagan, or right before Reagan.
Right before, I remember Reagan.
Yeah, so this motherfucker, they introduced what we call 12022.5, right? Use a gun, go to prison. That's literally what the bill was called. Use a gun, go to prison. And what it is so you got 2 different gun enhancements, but this one is a 1020 life, right? So 10 years for use of a gun during a felony. Rob a nigga with a fucking gun, extra die. 20 years if you shoot the motherfucker. Life if you shoot the motherfucker above the waist, right? So hitting where you have the potential to hit vital organs.
Where else it gonna go?
Niggas like, what?
You gotta shoot a nigga in his nuts.
Yeah, you gotta shoot a nigga below the knees, type of bullshit.
Yeah,
and that's
shoot
just
nigga
not
kneecap
get
off.
the life. Right? What?
Gotta get the
Got
job
some
done.
arcane ass motherfucking laws, but them is enhancements. So yeah, you get the fucking robbery hold a nickel, right? So they max you out, give you 5 on the robbery, but then they give your ass a dub for the fire.
Use a gun, yeah.
Shot the motherfucking gun in the ceiling.
They hit nobody, yeah.
Hit nobody.
Yeah. They can. Yeah. They'll try to get a nigga with at least 5 of that 20.
The way motherfuckers play with guns these days, you wouldn't even think they wouldn't think about that. A lot of folks don't know this because they would not play with guns the way they play with them. They knew that shit because baby.
That's why niggas in California been slowed up a little bit.
That just tell you
back in the days, right? When they changed the death penalty the first time in California, right? After the Manson murders, right? They abolished the death penalty, right? But they brought back, or they came up with some new life sentencing fucking shits, right? So one of the things that they had is what we call a 7-up, right? This is where the state of California gets the idea that after 7 years of being out of society, that you're no longer alive, you can go redo all your shit, your credit, your name, all that shit, right? 7 years out of the system is a life, right? So that was the minimum. But what a 7-up is in California prison is an indeterminate sentence with a 7 as the bottom number. So motherfuckers, and they used to apply it because remember, life sentence back in the days was murder. But like 7-ups, they started applying them to all kind of felonious crimes and shit, right? So kidnapping, robbery with the use, fucking mayhems, fucking shit like that, right? So in the black community, right? You know, because that's what niggas was doing back in the 70s and late 70s and early 80s, was like robbing liquor stores, jewelry stores, shit like that. So you'll go in and you'll hold up, everybody over here, move over to this side. Move motherfucking 25 feet.
They get you kidnapping.
It qualifies your ass for a 7-up. I got a nigga, my nigga Papa from Ludus Park. This nigga's been in the penitentiary. Well, he's out now. He just got out. This nigga got locked up in 77 for a robbery kidnap, where he moved the people to the back room. Took the deal for a 7-up. I got out the fucking penitentiary in 2005 and left that nigga still in the penitentiary.
Damn. Is he out now?
He just got out like a year and a half.
Damn.
On a fucking 7-up.
Folks in the back room.
And all
California's
that was,
a cold motherfucker, boy.
All that was to feed the prison industrial system, though.
Hell yeah. All that was. From when I went to YA in 82. And the California prison system had 13 prisons. It's 33 prisons now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of money in them there prisons. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so dope thing is we ain't got to worry about going to the religion no more.
Right.
Yeah,
I won't even go back to the motherfucker to give a speech, right? They gotta zoom my shit in.
Man, hey, I'll write it. Have somebody read that bitch while they there. I ain't fucking around.
We too digital now, right? I'll come in there motherfucking just like this, right?
They had
going through no motherfucking checkpoints. Fuck that.
They had to hologram me in that bitch.
Hologram.
They had to pop me up and like,
I got to taste it. Yeah, everybody doing. Yeah,
nigga, I used to have to go to the county jail, nigga, to see my daughter and shit when she was fighting the motherfucking hot one in Vegas and shit, right? Metro shit. And nigga just going through the little thing, right? When you first go in, be the motherfucking police, and they looking at me like I'm looking at them. Like, if I seen you in the supermarket, you bitch ass motherfucker, I would know that your ass is a police. Same way you would know that my ass is a fucking crook, nigga. Yeah, I'm here.
Criminal.
So we both looking at each other crazy as a motherfucker because I'm walking into your camp, right, nigga?
And ain't shit you can do about it.
Yeah, you got one of my soldiers, prisoner of war. I'm coming to do some negotiating around this bitch, right? So yeah, this bitch at the fucking front door at the gate looking at me crazy. I'm looking at his ass just as crazy, right? But I got that feeling like once I get past these little revolving little clanks,
you in.
They gotta let me out. Like, I can't just walk out. Like,
yeah,
I'm in this motherfucker again.
You in.
Literally. Like, I'm in this bitch.
Yeah, you in. For real. Anything go down, you're gonna be in until it's not going in.
Nigga, I'm in this motherfucker. Nigga, if they look at me and say, oh yeah, you stepped on the wrong side of the line, nigga, that's a misdemeanor and we need to book you. I'm in. I'm in this motherfucker. I'm just saying, like, you.
That's why. That's
I'm
exactly why they're gonna have to hologram my ass.
I'm done, nigga. I'm done. I'm gonna have to see y'all next Wednesday because I'm done on that though.
Yeah,
you step over the wrong line and they can book you, nigga. What are you talking about? This is
crazy. Because it's prison. Those lines are there for a reason, nigga.
Them motherfuckers got. You ain't never been to visit nobody in jail. They got signs on the wall.
Only when she was a baby.
You ain't supposed to do. And if you do some shit that you ain't supposed to do, you're subject to prosecution. They let your ass know. It's a big sign right there.
Yeah, they can do all the tripping they want to. That's why, me and hologram. But in that fact, that has been the show though. Hey man, do all of the like, sharing, and subscribing, and YouTubing and social media thing, and keep us out of prison and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we continue to keep this fly ass show going. There's a lot of history today, man. I hope y'all learned something, either about the California penitentiary system or the history of Alabama. Either way go, we was spitting that shit.
And
So,
or the flat Earth. Don't leave that out because the real facts was in here in the beginning.
and then there's that.
Exactly.
Hit us next Wednesday, baby. We hit y'all with another dope episode. Peace.
Peace.